noches, and welcome to tonight's broadcast. I'm Alyssa Mayor.
And I'm Francisco de la Fuentes. Theater seems to be the biggest form of entertainment to hit the Spanish shores since the expulsion of the Moors.
It seems that the buzz on the street is that theater has worked its way into every aspect of social life.
With hundreds of plays being written every year, there's no wonder what the hype is all about.
Our very own Maria de Soto has taken a deeper look into this phenomenon known as theater.
That's right, Alyssa. With theater being on the rise, it seems everyone is an actor or knows someone who is. Like myself, I'm an actress. I had the pleasure to interview some locals who have strong opinions about the performing arts. Let's take a look. For generations past, theater has been something that could only be found in cathedrals and churches. To begin my look into this growing art form, I started by interviewing Father Jose as he begins to prepare for the Festival of Corpus Christi. Now, Father, can you tell me what theater means to you?
I love theater so much and how it so wonderfully conveys the love of God for us, His sheep. Now, a lot of people think that theater is some big new thing, now that it's more secular, but it's not new at all, because as early as the 13th century, it's been here present in our churches. Now, in the beginning, these theater productions were usually only presented during special holiday celebrations like Christmas or Easter. But it wasn't until the 16th century that we have our true first alto sacramental, and it was used to tell the mystery of the Eucharist. Now, that one was called El Alto del San Martín by Gil Vicente. Oh, it was a beautiful one.
Could you tell me more about the Altos Sacramentales?
The Autos Sacramentales are such a beautiful representation of Christ's love for the church. Now, they usually are centered around the sacraments in the church, such as the Eucharist, and were most popular during the Festival of Corpus Christi. Now, my favorite playwright, Calderon, he would actually use metaphorical characters such as air or fire or sin or death, etc. He would use these characters to metaphorically tell these stories of how we can live our lives accordance to the church and how we can use the sacraments to live them in our everyday life. He really did a wonderful job at bringing the teachings of the church into the lives of the everyday people in ways that they could understand.
Oh, well, that's truly inspiring. Thank you, Father.
You're welcome.
To get an idea of how theater has grown outside of the church walls, I spoke with Ana Hernandez, a scenic artist for Lope de Vega's up-and-coming production of Fuente of Ehuna. Ana, can you tell us a little more about your work?
I would love to, but I don't want to give anything away about the show. Let me start by saying how thrilled I am that religious theater and secular theater are working together for one.
Oh, really? Tell me more.
Well, you see, theater began in the church, and then there were secular plays, and now they're coming together as one. The comedias, for example. Everyone loves them. They combine comedy and serious elements.
So it sounds like there's a little bit for everyone.
Oh, there really is. And I haven't even begun to tell you about the cape and sword plays.
The capa y espada, right?
Yes. Women love them. The romantics,
Of course. So, Lope de Vega, can you tell me a little more about him?
Well, you see, he's written a vast number of plays, and I've actually had the chance to work with him on many of them. But if you want to speak with him personally, he's actually right over there.
Oh, that's fantastic. I would love to meet him.
Oh, great. Let's go.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. de Vega.
No, I'm sure it is.
So, can you give the viewers a deeper look into the creative mind of such a successful playwright?
Well, of course. Now, when I think of a successful playwright, I think of somebody who has lived an eclectic life, somebody whose own life experiences can influence their playwriting skills, and I have definitely lived an eclectic life.
Oh, I'm sure you have.
Now, I've been a sailor in the Spanish Armada, I've studied to be a priest, I've had multiple wives, I've murdered a man once, but only one, and I've written hundreds and hundreds of plays. They call me the Spanish Shakespeare, which I totally despise because I am an artist all my own. Did Shakespeare write his first play when he was 12? I think not. Now, all of these plays that I write, the hundreds of plays that I have written, none of them adhere to any kind of rule of theater. They don't adhere to the rules of the past, and that's why I am a famous playwright. That's why people love my plays, because they can identify with them and they can relate to them. I write for the common man in a common language.
That's fantastic. Do you have any advice for someone who's working their way into the playwriting profession?
Well, I'm so glad you asked, because I wrote a new book. It's called The New Art of Playwriting. It's for $15.99 at your local bookstore. Now, in this book, I write about how anybody can be a playwright. Would you like to hear an excerpt?
Oh, I'd love to.
The man who attempts to write according to rules known to so few people will fail financially. That's my philosophy. You see, I do this for a living, and you have to write a play that the people will love, a play that they can understand.
Oh, well, it's such an honor to meet you, Mr. De Vega, and I would absolutely love to be in one of your productions.
Call me.
Oh. So, what does theater mean to you?
Well, I just love all elements of theater. There's so much to choose from these days. There's the comedias, if I'm feeling funny. The arose sacramentales, if I'm feeling religious. And the zarzuelas, if I'm feeling musical. And I'm always feeling musical.
Thank you. After speaking with other professionals, much like myself, I decided to take the interviews to the people to see why this art form is thriving so rapidly. So, why do you like theater?
Theater is one of the easiest ways to self-express what you're feeling on the inside.
Because it gives people a chance to come and be entertained by others. And for the actors, it gives them a chance to be someone that they're not.
Because it's magical, it takes you to another place and another time, and you get to live someone else's life.
For a few hours, you get to travel somewhere else, and it's live, so it's more human, and you can relate to it more.
And who doesn't love playing pretend? It's like every little kid's favorite thing.
I don't know, be entertained and learn something new about something.
Me encanta el teatro.
Teatro.
All right.
Me encanta el teatro. Muy fabuloso, Maria. That was fantastic.
Oh, yes. But, Maria, didn't you say you were an actress? Can you give the viewers an inside look into the life of an actress during these times?
Of course, Alyssa. Being an actress these days, I never have trouble finding work. There's a new production every day, it seems like. And oh, the zarzuelas, my personal favorite. Oh, the musical theater of the day. It's so wonderful. And I was just cast in Lupe de Vega's production of Fuente Ovejuna. I'm so excited. And on that note, I quit. Toodles!
In other news, the bubonic plague. Will it spread to Spain? Find out after the break.
Did she really just quit? I'm not going back in the field to cover the bubonic
I am
plague.
not a reporter, damn it. I am a news anchor, and nobody is taking me off this desk.
No,
I was here
no,
first.
I will fight you.
I am going to stay here. Maria!
No.
Maria!
No, you know what? We'll
I'm staying
right
here.
No. My face is too pretty. I gotta stand for the camera.
And